Can this tool 10x your affiliate commissions? Let's find out. Have you ever heard of Kit.co? It's a site where creators can put together packages of products that they review and recommend. According to their site, a kit is a unique collection of your favorite items or products, usually grouped around an activity, adventure, or event. Even better for creators, it lets you add the affiliate programs that you're a member of in one place, and then any product that you recommend within your kit automatically takes on that affiliate program and generates commissions for you whenever somebody viewing the kit decides to go over to that site and purchase the product that you're recommending. Why is this so powerful? Well, let's take an example of something like a home studio, which I'm recording this video in right now. If I wanted to put together all the different affiliate links for the cameras and the mixer and the lights and the cables and all those types of things, it would be a huge number of affiliate links. So imagine looking at the description of a YouTube video and having there be, 50 different links in there without really enough room to describe what are all these links, what products are they, and so forth. What a kit lets you do is basically have a much nicer looking view of the entire package of this thing that you're recommending, which in this example would be a home studio with maybe 10, 15, 20 different pieces to it. If you put all those items into a kit with some descriptions of how you use them, maybe a mini review and so forth, it makes it that much more useful to your audience and that much more likely that they're not going to just click one or two, but maybe buy the entire package, which will generate a higher commission for you. When you do put all those items into a kit, it makes it a lot easier for your audience and make sure that they don't forget something that's going to be important, like a particular cable or adapter or some of the other bits and pieces that maybe aren't the flagship item within your kit, but are required to make the solution work. It's very common that your audience wants to see and understand the tools and products and services that you use. And in a lot of cases, they want to save time by just using what their influencer or what their guide or mentor is using. And that's especially true if you pair up your recommendations along with tutorials or even online courses or information about how to use those products and services together. So instead of making commissions on random pieces of gear here and there, you can move towards talking about and teaching about your full solution and potentially make much higher commissions when people buy a whole package instead of a few pieces and parts here and there. So let's take a look at how to get started with Kit.co. So when you head to Kit.co, you see a lot of examples on the first page. These aren't really good ones in terms of what I'm talking about. If you head over to Top Creators, this is where you can get some good ideas and some inspiration there. So you can kind of see up here, you got, MKBHD, Casey Neistat, a bunch of names that you'll probably recognize. One example, because it's kind of related to what I'm going to show you, along with home studios here is Sean over from Think Media. So if you kind of go to his profile here, you can see he's put together a bunch of different kits related to, how to start YouTube studios with different levels of gear from entry level to pro and so forth. So it's really easy to create an account. You basically just, create an account just like you would anywhere else. And when you do, you start basically being able to build out your profile. So let's go take a look at my profile. Okay, so here's my profile. I just set this up in the last couple of days as we're moving over to this platform. And so when your profile is fully completed, you basically can upload a headshot just like you can anywhere else. You can pick your username. So I've basically matched a username to most of my other social media accounts. Then you get a little bit of space here, 1 to 2 lines to put in a bio. And I'll talk about some limitations of that in a minute. And then with Kit.co, it's pretty easy, but it is required that your account get verified in order for you to be able to use an external link. So in this case, for this new profile, I wanted to put on an external link to the new YouTube channel that I'm setting up. So if you take a look at that, you can see that, it's empty right now. This video will be going on there and a whole bunch of other ones that we're working on. But in order to get an external link, you have to send them an email to get your account verified. It's pretty simple. They just want to see, do you have a website? Do you have social media presence? You're a real person, not a bot signing up or anything like that. Where I got into a tiny bit of trouble is in my normal bio that I put all over my different social media channels. I talk about my company, Expert Business Agency, and how we help course creators and coaches and consultants build online businesses. And so my bio had it would sound like a little bit of a pitch in there. So initially they didn't want to verify my account because they're like, hey, there's nothing on here, but you want to have a link out to and you're talking about business stuff instead of reviews and products and so forth. So I had to reply to them, provide a little bit more info, clean this up a little bit, and then I was good to go, and very quickly got both the link ability that you'll see here that I could add, and then also you can basically ask them to put a title under you. So when you looked at some of those other creators, some of them said tech reviewer or media personality, whatever it might be. So basically you can kind of create what you want your bio to look like here. You can see, like, if you edit the profile, it's pretty straightforward. You type in the information that I was talking about. Then you can also put some of your social media links in there as well. Then the key, to this whole thing is when you click over onto the Monetize tab, that's where you get to decide which of your affiliate programs you're going to connect to this. So there's a lot of different ways to add those in there. You can add your affiliate IDs directly from programs that you're a part of. Or if you have Genius Link, which a lot of people use to kind of centralize and control all of their affiliate links, you can add that connection in here as well. And that's basically what I've done. So in Genius Link, which actually owns Kit.co, so they purchased them or acquired them a year or two ago, so they're nicely integrated together. So all you have to do is type in this ID that you probably already have, and then that connects the two things together. And what that'll do is automatically make sure that anytime anything is bought from links in Kit.co, which we'll see in a minute, it's automatically going to pick the right retailer based on what the user selected, and your associated affiliate programs as part of that. This is an example, like with Amazon Associates, they got a million different, countries, and, each affiliate program is a different ID for a different country. And so what Kit.co and Genius Link do is they hide all of that stuff. So you just have to put one thing in your kit, and then when the person clicks on it, based on where they're coming from and their browser and all that, it's going to figure out automatically, hey, is this person coming from Canada? Okay, I'm going to give them the Canada Amazon Associates link as opposed to, the one from the States. So it's pretty straightforward to connect up your affiliate accounts. Then in social, if you want to share your links and stuff like that, they have that in there. So pretty basic on how to set up the profile. You can also see where you can change a few things like the background image. So this took a little while to get, kind of sized out right so that this will resize nicely and all these types of things. Easily done in Canva. You can usually start with like whatever, if you have a YouTube channel, that background or any other kind of cover images that you might have, play around with it a little bit, you get to upload it and then try and make your profile look pretty nice there. So following along the earlier example, my first kit that I built is all of the gear that I'm using inside of my pro level home studio. So if we click into that, you can kind of see what a kit looks like. So in here, you get the option to put a cover image. This I don't like a whole lot because it kind of treats it a little bit weirdly. Like it looks nice down here in the image, but then it kind of puts this blown up version around it. So you can play around with that a little bit. I might fix that up later. But basically you get to put a title onto it. So I'm calling it Pro Level Home Studio, little description, all the gear I use, hashtag and so forth. And then what's nice is you can basically add these products to it. And instead of having to go to all these different sites and look up the codes and grab a specific affiliate link and all that kind of stuff, for a lot of common things or anything like, that you can find on Amazon and so forth, it's pretty easy to add this stuff in there. So I'll show that here. These are just some of the first items that I put in there. So, obviously around most of my home studio is built around Blackmagic, gear. So I've put in there the ATEM, the couple of different cameras that I use, the lenses that I'm using on there, the Rodecaster, the microphone, and so forth. Okay, so I just put some of the initial kind of like bigger items that are in there. Now, if I wanted to keep building this out, all I have to do is go to the bottom and start typing in product names in order to add something in there. So like let's say like I don't have any cables on there right now, so I can say, hey, I need some XLR cable. So if I just type that in, and then it's going to do some searches for some of the more common things. Now, if you know specifically what you're using, then you can go select out of here. So a lot of different options in there. So like cable creations, I think that's one of the ones that I'm using. So I can basically just say, yep, throw that into my kit also. You can change these you can change these titles up here, to make it a little bit easier. So we don't need to have all of this stuff in there. So let's say, cable creation, XLR, whatever. And then down here, you can add a little bit of your flavor to it. So I can say something like, hey, great cables, very reliable or something like that. If you have more time, you can put a little bit more information into that. Then you just hit that button and then that's going to basically add that into your kit. So again, because it's all connected in the backend, I didn't have to go to Amazon, go up into the little bar, figure out what the specific link to that is and so forth. It basically picks all that stuff up in the backend, grabs the image of it, and then now it's part of this kit. So this looks way better than, trying to, put all this stuff into a description or text in a YouTube video or something like that. It's a really nice interface that somebody can go to. And then, if somebody wants to buy the stuff, they just have to click on these links, and it's automatically going to show however many retailers your affiliate programs are connected to. So if you're just on Amazon, like right now, the way I have it set up, it's still picking up some of these other ones due to various partnerships and so forth. And then the more of them you get into, the more those buttons will light up for where people are able to buy those and where you're able to get a commission from them. So that's an example of what a kit looks like. Now, one sort of downside that you'll notice is there is ads, on here. So that's one of the reasons why, so positive and negative, this is what makes it free to all of us as creators. So everything that we're showing here, there's basically no cost to do any of this stuff. You can sign up for an account for free, make as many kits as you want, and no cost. In return, there's gonna be a little bit of advertising in front of it, but I think people are used to that by now, so no big deal to worry about that. You'll notice up here, you can kind of get some buttons to share the kit. And then you can edit it and add products as we were just looking at. So that's an example of what a kit looks like. Now, there's some other creative things that you can do here as well. So I'm going to flip back to our example of Sean Cannell. So there's a couple things you can see in here, obviously. So one kind of pro tip is he's built different kits for different levels of budget and experience. It's something that I'll be doing as well. He also has some things like for specific vendors like IKEA or some, on those. And then another one, which happens a lot, is like imagine kind of the holiday season, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of that kind of stuff. You can see some specific kits in here where you can be on the lookout for different deals that might be happening during that time, because they're automatically going to basically get applied to your kit. So like if Amazon or B&H or somebody is discounting products during that time period, then when people add them to their cart through your links, all that stuff is going to reflect. So if you want to have special kits and things like that for gifts or different times of the year, those are some things where you can also use this in a bunch of different ways in addition to just the things that you use day to day. Here's another interesting example. He made a book list in here. So again, it doesn't just have to be kind of this camera gear stuff that we've been using in these examples. Obviously, you can buy almost anything on Amazon, so you can make kits out of anything that you might want to have in there. So if your niche is gardening, you can put a bunch of stuff together on that. If your niche is RV life, there's tons of different products you can do related to RV stuff. So those are just some examples to jog your or trigger your imagination to think about how you might be able to use this. Now, again, the main idea here compared to just a bunch of random individual links is people can go in and start adding all of these items to their cart. So if you can come up with ideas for kits where it takes several different products all together that make this awesome solution, then people are much more likely to go buy that entire kit as opposed to just individual pieces. And that's where there's the potential to 10x your affiliate commissions if you can basically get more products being bought at the same time, all linked back to things that you're an affiliate for. So the last thing I wanted to show real quick is the analytics. Obviously, since I just set this up recently, I don't really have much data on there. But what will happen is once you start sharing your kits and your links, and once people start going to those, you'll start seeing some reports here on how many people are viewing them, how many product clicks there are, and then later, once you have affiliate sales, you'll start seeing that showing up in the various affiliate platforms. So it's pretty simple. I mean, I think it's kind of a no-brainer since it's free to sign up for this, create a couple of kits, related to your niche and topic and things that you talk about and teach about, and it's kind of a win-win for everybody. It's a much easier way to present that stuff to your audience, much easier way for them to purchase solutions and with all the different things that they need right at their fingertips. And it's a great way to, again, expand your affiliate commissions by having your audience buy a larger set of things through the different affiliate programs that you're a part of. So finally, if you want to see what the user experience looks like, obviously I'm going to include a link to my kit in the description of this video. And so you can click that and kind of see what the user experience looks like from that side, and then decide if it's something that you want to add into the mix. So if you got value out of this video, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for all the videos we have upcoming on all the different tools and systems for building your online business, and then hit the bell icon so that you get notifications whenever we put out a new video and you can jump on these trends right away.